Welcome to World Knowledge Channel. Earth contains stunning landscapes and unique cultural heritage, from majestic mountains to ancient cities. Below is a list of famous landmarks that are not only symbols of natural beauty but also symbols of human strength and creativity. Let's find out which place that is through this video. 1. That is the Great Wall is the common name for many citadels stretching thousands of kilometers from east to west, built of earth and stone from the 5th century BC to the 16th century, to protect China. China was protected from attacks by the Huns, Mongols, Turks, and other nomadic tribes from what is now Mongolia and Manchuria. Some sections of the city wall were built in the 5th century BC, then the first emperor of China, Qin Shi Huang, ordered to be reconnected and built more from 220 BC and 200 BC, and now only a few remain. Relics. The famous and widely visited Great Wall today was built during the Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644. Other purposes of the Great Wall included border control, allowing tariffs on goods transported along the Silk Road, regulating or encouraging trade, and immigration control. Furthermore, the defensive character of the Great Wall was enhanced by the construction of watchtowers, military barracks, garrisons, signaling of enemy presence through means of smoke or fire, and the fact that the path of the Great Wall also serves as a transportation corridor. A detailed archaeological study, using modern technology, published in 2009 concluded that the Great Wall built by the Ming Dynasty was 8,850 kilometers long. It includes a 6,259 kilometers long wall, a 359 kilometers long moat, and a 2,232 kilometers long natural shield such as hills and rivers. Another detailed archaeological study in 2012 concluded that the Great Wall was 21,196 kilometers long. The average height of the wall is 7 meters above the ground. The top of the wall is on average 5 to 6 meters wide. The Great Wall begins from Shanghai on the Bohai Sea coast in the east, at the limit between mainland China, original Chinese land, and Manchuria to Lop Nur in the southeastern part of the Chinese Autonomous Region. Uyghur in Xinjiang. 2. Maya Bay, Thailand. Known for its clear turquoise waters, white sand and towering cliffs, Maya Bay is the location chosen as the setting for many famous movies of the 2000s, such as The Beach, with the joined by Leonardo DiCaprio. Since the movie was released, Maya Bay has had to cope with a huge number of tourists, up to 5,000 visitors per day. This endless wave of tourists has severely destroyed the bay's ecological system, so Maya Bay needs time to recover. Thailand's Department of National Parks, Wildlife and Plant Conservation, DNP, announced that Maya Bay will be closed to tourists indefinitely. 3. It is Taj Mahal, which is a mausoleum located in Agra, India. Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan ordered it to be built for his wife, Mumtaz Mahal, when she passed away. Construction work began in 1631 and was completed in 1653. Some controversy surrounds the question of who designed the Taj Mahal. Apparently a team of designers and craftsmen were responsible for the design of the structure, and Ustad Ahmad Lahori is considered the main architect. The Taj Mahal is generally considered the finest example of Mughal architecture, a style that synthesizes elements of Persian, Turkish, Indian, and Islamic architectural styles. Although the mausoleum's white marble dome is the most prominent part, the Taj Mahal is in fact a synthesis of architectural styles. It was listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983 and described as a masterpiece to be admired by the world among World Heritage Sites. The construction of the Taj Mahal was entrusted to a board of architects under imperial supervision, including Abd ul-Karim Khan Marmur, Makramat Khan and Ustad Ahmad Lahori. Lahori is often credited as the main designer. Shah Jahan, the emperor of the Mughal Empire during its peak, held vast resources in his hands. In 1631 his third wife died, giving birth to their second daughter, their 14th child together. Shah Jahan was said to be inconsolable over that loss. Imperial chronicles of the period contain many stories relating to Shah Jahan's grief over Mumtaz's death. They are the basis of the love stories, often said to be the inspiration for the creation of the Taj Mahal. The Taj Mahal complex is surrounded by a red sandstone wall with battlements on 3 sides. The side facing the river has no walls. Outside the wall are many other ancillary buildings, including the tombs of Shah Jahan's other wives, and a large tomb for Mumtaz's close servant. Those structures, mostly built of red sandstone, are generally smaller than Mughal tombs of the same period. 4. The Colosseum was first known under the name Amphitheatrum Flavium in Latin or Amphitheatro Flavio in Italian, later known as Colosseum or Colosseo, is a large arena in the city of Rome. The capacity when newly built was 50,000 spectators. The arena was used for gladiators and slaves of prisoner of war origin for competitions and public performances. The arena was built around 70–80 AD under the reign of Emperor Vespasian. It was the largest structure built in the Roman Empire and was completed in 80 AD under Titus, with many modifications under Emperor Domitian. 5. The Colosseum remained in use for nearly 500 years with recorded evidence of 6th-century matches, long after the fall of the Roman Empire in 476. In addition to being used as a place for gladiators, this is also used for public performances, mock exercises at sea, animal hunting, and classical plays. This structure gradually stopped being used as an entertainment place during the Middle Ages. Later, the arena was used as housing, shops, churches, execution sites. Although currently largely abandoned due to earthquakes and stone robberies, the Colosseum has long been considered a symbol of the empire. Roman and is one of the most beautiful examples of Roman architecture remaining. This is a fascinating tourist attraction of Rome and still has many connections with the Catholic Church. Every year on Good Friday, the Pope presides over the Way of the Cross ceremony at Colosseum. 6. The Sydney Opera House is a theatre project in the city of Sydney, Australia. The theatre has a unique architecture shaped like scallops or wind-filled sails out to sea. This is a unique architectural work of Sydney in particular and Australia in general, attracting many tourists to visit. This is one of the most typical architectural works of the 20th century and one of the most famous performing arts venues in the world. Located at Bennelong Point on Sydney Harbour, close to the famous Sydney Harbour Bridge, the building and its surroundings create a quintessentially Australian image. This is a ballet theatre, drama and musical production. This theatre is also the headquarters of the Sydney Theatre Company and the Sydney Symphony Orchestra. The theatre is managed by the Opera House Trust. This fund belongs to the New South Wales Department of the Arts. 7. Buckingham Palace is a residence of the King, or Queen, of the United Kingdom in London, the official residence and also the main workplace of the British royal family. This palace was built in 1703 for the Duke of Buckingham and is surrounded by 3 parks, including the famous Hyde Park. It was built to serve the country's special events and for the royal family. Buckingham Palace was built on a site that had been privately owned for at least 150 years. It was bought by King George III in 1761 as a gift to Queen Charlotte. In the 19th century, it was expanded, mainly by architects John Nash and Edward Blore. This place officially became the residence of the British royal family when Queen Victoria ascended the throne in 1837. Buckingham Palace is a symbol and home of the British monarchy, an art gallery and popular attraction. Tourists. The Queen of England and other members of the royal family will entertain guests and hold solemn ceremonies here. The palace was built by John Sheffield, 1st Duke of Buckingham and Normandy, in 1703 as a townhouse, permanent residence in London. It was purchased by King George III in 1761 and became the official home of the British royal family in London in 1837. It is owned by the state. Buckingham Palace has a floor area of 77,000 square meters. A controversial claim to be the world's largest working palace, despite its smaller floor area. The palace has a total of 19 living rooms, 52 bedrooms for guests and royal members, 78 bathrooms, 188 rooms for palace staff, and 92 working rooms. Buckingham Gardens is the largest private garden in London. In spring, the whole palace is filled with daffodils, a typical flower of the English countryside. Since 2001, the garden part of the palace has been open to welcome visitors. The design of the garden is quite special and can take people back in time to 1852, when the palace began as a residence for the royal family. 8. Bali is famous and known as Paradise Island, the most famous tourist destination in Indonesia in particular and Asia in general. Bali Island attracts tourists because of its sacred ancient Hindu temples with unique architecture, clear blue beaches with white sand stretching under bright sunlight, vast green terraced fields, traditional villages and unique cuisine. Belonging to the waters of the Indian Ocean and possessing wild beauty, Bali Island is always the island that attracts the largest number of tourists in the world. The Paradise Island of Bali offers visitors unforgettable discoveries and experiences. Bali Island has an area of about 5,780 square kilometers, located west of the capital Jakarta, about more than 1,000 kilometers from the capital. Bali has the shape of a chick, with its beak facing the Indian Ocean. Bali was voted as one of the best resort islands in the world, because of the favor of nature with wild but extremely beautiful scenery. Due to many influences from Indian, Egyptian, Chinese and even European cultures, Bali possesses a rich and diverse culture, creating the characteristics of the Balinese people with their unique cultural features. A very distinct Oriental culture. Balinese people mainly follow Hinduism and this is considered the official religion in this land. The indigenous people are very gentle, friendly and hospitable, and among the 250 ethnic groups in Indonesia, the Balinese people are considered the most talented people in this country. To preserve the traditional cultural identity and lifestyle of the people, the government does not allow anyone to interfere with customs, rituals, religion, art, etc. in this land. Bali Island is known as the land of volcanoes. If you are lucky, you will have the opportunity to witness the volcano's lava erupting into a long-flowing lava stream that covers the entire mountain, making the volcano look black and shiny like open-cast coal mines or volcanic craters. There is still smoke rising. At the foot of the volcano are fresh and warm lakes, which are very effective in treating illness or reducing stress, so visitors can soak their feet and relax in these lakes. 9. Louvre Museum. In France, another famous destination is the Louvre Museum, also in Paris. This is also the most visited museum in the world. The purpose of tourist groups coming here is mainly to see the painting of Mona Lisa, a world-famous masterpiece. Built more than 800 years ago, the Louvre is the largest art museum in the world, covering more than 160,000 square meters, of which 50,000 square meters is for displaying 380,000 precious artifacts. 10. That's Venice, Italy. In recent years, Venice has been sinking into the sea, and shows no signs of stopping. Increasingly severe floods in recent years have also contributed to the disappearance of the city of canals. In fact, in November 2019, water levels in Venice reached 6 feet 2 inches, the highest in more than 50 years. The city's mayor said that especially severe flooding due to climate change is the main reason why Venice is at risk of being swallowed by the ocean in the coming years. Looking back at this list, we can see that the world is full of amazing things. These famous landmarks are not only tourist destinations but also symbols of cultural development and natural diversity on our planet. Let's continue to explore and appreciate the priceless treasures that the Earth has given us. If you find the video useful, please share with more people and subscribe to the channel. Like and have any questions, please leave a comment below. Thank you for your interest in following. Hello and see you in the next video.